So, maybe you have been hurting for a long time. Maybe you have tried everything you can and nothing seems to work, so you feel stuck. Or maybe you feel you're too old to do the work. When you're so broken and defeated, the task of rebuilding and remolding your life is so overwhelming. Emotional healing is a lot of work, and it's hard work. Emotional healing is a lot of work. It's a lot of work. So, replenish your energy, both your physical and emotional energy, and let's get right into it. So, today is Reach Out Friday. Reach Out Friday, where we talk about things that will empower us so that we can reach out to others more. So today I would love to talk about emotional wounds, because it's obvious that many people have the emotional wounds, but they're afraid, or we are afraid to speak up out of fear of being judged. But emotional wounds, if not taken care of, would cause havoc. They would cause so much harm and damage and could even lead to death. Okay, so what are emotional wounds? What are these emotional wounds that we're talking about? Emotional wounds are usually a set of negative experiences that can cause pain at a deep and psychological level, leading to a lasting hurt. People are hurt all their lives, going through that and that. Yeah, so that is emotional wounds. Okay, so what causes emotional wounds? What causes emotional wounds? Well, there are just a few things that I'll highlight in this video. The rest of the other things you can go and do a research. Yeah, so mostly emotional wounds are caused by traumatic events that happen either to an individual or a group of people, like for example the army people, the ones who are in the army that go in battle together. Yeah, so trauma, depression, rejection, and broken relationships can cause emotional wounds. Okay, so what are some of the signs of emotional wounds? Firstly, will have to be fear of being judged. Fear, when I do this, somebody will say this. When I go there, somebody will say this. When I react in a certain way, somebody will say this. Fear is one of the major signs of emotional wounds. The second one will have to be detachment, withdrawal from people. You've withdrawn from your environment, like detachment from people, from things around you and all that. Yeah, so detachment is another example of a sign of emotional wounds. People are usually detached. People can't even experience the real you, because beneath all that pain, there's somebody amazing, there's somebody lovable, there's somebody who can give so much of value to others. People can't even experience the real you due to detachment and all that. So make sure you open up. The other one would have to be sorry guys, the other one will have to be numbness, emotional depression, like you can't feel anything. Usually people who've experienced traumatic events, like they tend to shut down, to enclose themselves. They can't feel anything. Sometimes they behave in a way where they want you to think they are very strong, like I'm strong. Such things, Me, I've been like, I'm strong and all that. Certain things, they can't move me. Things like this can't move me. They want you to believe that they are strong, but it's actually a defense. They become numb. They can't react to certain things. They can't feel certain things. And you know, the problem with a closed door is that nothing comes in and nothing goes out. So when you become numb, when you become detached, you can't give out anything, or rather you can't even give out or talk about your pains and heal, and you can't even let other people in. That's how bad it is, being numb. I remember reading a blog post on Facebook the other day where this woman was talking about her son who suffers from a certain medical condition where you're unable to feel the pain. So this got me thinking, the people who can't feel anything, the people who are numb, are they okay? I don't think so. Like, this lady goes on to explain in the article. She says, because with this condition, you can even throw yourself in the fire and won't feel anything. You can cut yourself and won't feel anything. You can touch something very hot and won't feel anything. So she goes on explaining, and then at the end of the article, she says something very interesting. She says, now I understand the importance of pain, because pain is a protector. You know, that just it caught my attention. I'm thinking, what really does she mean? Once you felt the pain, if my child, because she was talking about the child, if my child could feel the pain of being in the fire, of throwing his hand in the fire, the next time he wouldn't be able to do it, because he knows there I'm not supposed to touch, or there I'm not supposed to be, because they felt the pain. So then pain becomes a protector. It protects you from entering into more pain or experiencing more pain. So don't be numb. It's okay to feel the pain. It's okay to feel the emotions. Emotions are healthy. You just have to master them. Think through your emotions. Don't let your emotions think for you. Epic. The other sign of emotional wounds will have to be obsessive compulsive behaviors. Oh my God. Example, alcohol. Some people become alcoholics. Some people become workaholics. Some people become obsessive compulsive cleaners, and so on and so forth. So sometimes when you see people over drinking, doing certain things, like, see through the alcohol. What is the cause of the excessive drinking? What is the cause of excessive work? Yeah, so see through all those things. The other one will have to be guilt. Guilt, it normally happens when people experience something traumatic together, and then somebody, like maybe you come out better or you survive. So you tend to feel guilty, to think, had it been the other way, maybe it should have happened like this and all that. Don't feel guilty. Yeah. Shame too. People who experience certain traumatic things, for example, rape, can go on to have that sense of shame or self-pity and all that. Yeah. So these are some of the few signs of emotional wounds. Emotional wounds are a hard thing to work through, but you have to be willing to do It's not for puppets. You have to do the work. You have to work through your wounds. Because looking at a wound, it seems logical that if you have a wound, you have to leave it. Don't poke it. You continue poking it. No, you have to leave it so that it can heal. But for emotional wounds, or rather should I say just for a wound, you have to dress it first before you leave it to heal. Yeah. So for emotional wounds, you have to clean the wound, clean it so that you can heal. And it's so amazing. Though emotional healing can be a hard process, it can be a tough process, one amazing thing is that we are all capable of healing. We are all capable of healing. So then, how do we heal, guys? How do we heal? How do we heal the emotional wounds? It's a hard process. So firstly, you have to take baby steps. Acceptance. And then you start waking through it step by step. You take baby steps. You accept, okay, this thing has happened. Then what do I do next? Acceptance is the earliest step to healing. Secondly, you have to process your feelings over those traumatic events. Like, process them in a way that you're no longer hiding from them. Hiding from something that happened doesn't do the work at all. It doesn't help at all. Be willing, process your feelings over the traumatic events. Speak, share those painful stories. Share them so that you can heal. I remember, like, there was one time, some time back, I was experiencing something very, very, I'd say, I don't even know how to put it. And I didn't realize that I was in so much pain until one day I went to church in the morning. I had gone to church, and then there was a guest speaker or a guest preacher. Yeah, she was so very nice. After she had preached, she requested that she would love to meet with the youths and all that. So she met with a few of the youths at my church, and she just started talking, started encouraging us, started saying a lot of things. And then I remember just breaking down. I remember just crying, crying, you know. And then she came, she hugged me, and then she just told me, just let it go. And then I was like, because I didn't realize how much pain I was in until that particular moment. I cried. But after that, I was way better than I was before. I was way better. So the importance of working through your pain, opening up, sharing your painful stories, it's very, very important. It's a very important step towards healing. The other one would have to be asking for help. Ask for help. I understand it's not easy, especially if you've been betrayed by the people, maybe the people you love, you once loved in the past, or the people you trusted. Yeah. If you've been betrayed, it's not easy to ask for help, but open up, ask for help. If you can't find professionals in your area, you will always find somebody there to help you. It's so funny because I remember reading the book of Corinthians, and the Apostle Paul was addressing the church in Corinth, and he was talking to them about the divisions they were experiencing and all that, and then the quarrels and all that. And then when he was telling them, and then he tells them something so amazing that I vividly remember. He says, "Do you now tell me that there's no one wise enough among you to address your issues. So that one just caught my attention. So it doesn't matter, you don't have to go seeking for professionals. Yeah, especially back home where I come from, there's no way you're going to seek for. It's not easy for people to go and see counselors. Yeah, it's not easy to go and see those professionals. So seek out one wise enough to listen to you among you people or your friends. Talk to that person, let the person listen to you, open up, ask for help. Forgiveness, it's the major thing. Forgiveness. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. Normally, the way we relate to ourselves, the way we talk to ourselves, the way we ask ourselves questions, the way we think of ourselves hinders our ability to heal or our ability to receive healing. So be kind to you. Yeah, I know that you might be feeling some guilt there, some shame, some self-pity and all that, but be kind to yourself, because it's an automatic thing. The way you treat yourself, that's the way others will treat you too. So be kind to you. Forgive yourself for the past mistake, for whatever. Forgive yourself and be kind to you and treat yourself better. And forgive others too. Forgive others. Usually the people who suffer or who hold on to emotional wounds are the people who struggle with forgiveness. So be willing to let go of things. Be willing to forgive. Be willing to work through the trauma, the rejection, the broken relationships. Be willing to work through all that and forgive and forget. People who struggle with forgiveness usually hold on to emotional wounds. They will hold on to emotional wounds. So forgive and let go. Yeah, so guys, that's just about it for this video. I just hope you got some sense from all that I've said. If you have anything to add on to, let me know your steps. Let me know your steps towards healing. Let me know if you've seen some of the signs of